Okay, so here we are going to start regarding the determination of optic sign in biaxial minerals, right? So for biaxial mineral, that is also same as that of uniaxial mineral, that is use of accessory plate like gypsum or mica or quartz. Same thing will happen. Gypsum, that is showing color change. Mica will show dark patches in case of subtraction. Quartz will show migration of isochrome. Migration of isochrome. Right. So talking about gypsums, I am giving you one example. You can correlate like that. So see here what happens in biaxial case. As I have told you, these are the two melatopes. Okay, in biaxial minerals you can use BXA figure or optic axis figure. Only these two figures they are used to determine the optic sign. Okay, in all other figures we cannot use that. That is very difficult to determine the optic sign. So these two figures are useful. So what happens? If this is a BXA figure, you can see this is a BXA figure. You are finding out two isogears. There are two melatopes here. So you can know that this is the optic plane. This is the optic plane. Okay. As I have told, if you are getting the optic plane, you can know that the perpendicular is n beta. The perpendicular is n beta, that is y. That is y. Now the thing is that you have to find out which ray is vibrating parallel to optic plane. Which ray is vibrating parallel to optic plane, so that you can find out the acute bisectrix. The one which is acute bisectrix, either Z or X, the opposite will be this vibration. Get that? If Z will be the acute bisectrix, that is at the center of crosshair, the next vibration is, if this is Z, it is X. If acute bisectrix is X, this is Z. So what you have to find out? If this vibration is slow or fast. You are inserting the accessory plate. You are inserting the accessory plate. This is the slow vibration. You know that this is the slow, this is the fast. Okay. So you are entering the slow vibration, and slow vibration is parallel to NBXO. Any doubt here? That is parallel to NBXO. Why? Because you are viewing BXA section, that means a section which is perpendicular to BXA. So light ray is migrating parallel to BXA. So there are two vibrations. One is BXO, one is perpendicular to BXO or perpendicular to optic plane, which is Y. That is fixed. That is fixed. If this one is BXO, we have to find out whether the BXO is slow or fast. Then we can know which one is the BXA. Then we can know the mineral is positive or negative. Got that? Slow is parallel to NBXO. Slow is parallel to NBXO. So what happens? If you are viewing here addition of color, you can see in this diagram, here there is addition of color. This is BXO. You know that this is BXO. Here there is addition. Slow plus BXO is addition. Slow plus NBXO is addition. That means BXO is slow because they are of same properties, so there is addition. Here it is subtraction. Here it is subtraction. That means the BXO is fast. If BXO is fast means X, slow means Z. If BXO, obtuse bisectrix is Z, so acute bisectrix is X, mineral is negative. Here you can see the obtuse bisectrix is fast. Fast means X, so the acute bisectrix is Z or slow, so mineral is positive. Got that? you have to find out n beta, you know, you have to find out which one is n BXO, whether that is slow or fast. You can use subtraction or addition, and then you can you know that is slow is parallel to BXO. So you have to find out whether BXO is fast, that is X, or slow, that is Z. If BXO is slow, BXO will be fast, that is X, mean null is negative. If BXO is fast, BXA is slow, that means acute is slow, mean null is positive. Got that? Now talking for optic axis figure. In the previous case we have discussed regarding BXA figure. Now it is for optic axis figure. As I have told you, if this is the isogear, if this is the isogear, this is the melatope, the BXA and next melatope will be in this direction, right? So what happens? The optic plane is here, the optic plane is here. In this direction you are getting BXA. That means this is our n beta, which is perpendicular to optic plane, and this is BXO, right? You are getting BXA in this direction, so this will be BXO. Okay, now you can put the same fundamentals in previous case that were used in previous case. We are seeing that slow is parallel to n BXO. That means obtuse bisectrix. You are seeing addition. That means BXO is slow. If BXO is slow, acute bisectrix is slow means Z. So acute bisectrix is X or fast. So mean null is negative. Talking about here, this is n beta, this is n BXO, this is n BXO. Now n BXO is parallel to slow. You are getting subtraction here, you are getting subtraction here. So n BXO is opposite in nature, that is fast. Fast means X. So n BXA will be slow or Z. Acute bisectrix will be Z. Because obtuse is fast, so acute will be slow, so that is Z. So mean null is positive. Got that? So these are all about your optic sign of biaxial mean null for both the case acute bisectrix figure and optic axis figure. Now determining the 2B angle, So how to determine the 2B angle? So here I will discuss some of the concept so that you can compare the 2B angle, but to calculate the 2B angle there is an exact formula. Okay, so I have not included that in this slide. I have just included which are the methods by which you can compare the 2B angles. Okay, that is a comparison value you can see here. The isogear or the melatope, first of the thing is the spacing of melatope. The spacing of melatope is nearer means 2B angle is lesser, spacing of melatope is greater, that means the 2B angle is higher. Okay, so what happens in some of the microscope, there is a linear scale, within the crosshair, that is represented in the crosshair. So you can find out this distance, the distance between these melatopes, and you can calculate the 2B angle. Okay, you can find out this distance using that linear scale on the crosshair itself, that is provided in the microscope, right? So you can find out the distance and thereby you can know the actual angle. But in when there is no linear scale, so you can compare. When that means you can say the 2B angle is lower, the 2B angle is higher. Okay, you cannot determine the actual value instead without using that linear scale. If you are using that linear scale, then by putting formula you can calculate the actual amount, that is whether it is 15, 13, 45, 60, anything, right? The next concept is I have told you in last class in yesterday that the isogyres, they are getting straight with increase in 2b angle. See whether the at uniaxial case, in uniaxial case what happen, the 2b is 0, the 2b is 0. So the isogyres are forming like this, the isogyres are forming like this. That means they are forming at right angles, they are forming at right angles. Okay, if we are increasing the angle, you can see this is for 0 degree, this is for 5 degree, then 15, 30, 45, 60, 75 and 90. If the 2b angle increases, if there is increase in 2b angle, what happens? The isogyre form as a straight line. For 90 degree, that will be straight line, and the curvature decreases gradually with increase in 2b angle. Right? With increase in 2b angle, the curvature of isogyre, that is going to decrease. That will form a straight line when it is 90 degree, that is form a right angle when that is 0 degree. Right? So these are all about interference figure, different types of interference figure, uniaxial and biaxial, different types of uniaxial and biaxial, determination of 2b angle, optical indicatrix and optical properties we have discussed in earlier slides. So this is end of optical mineralogy here.